Okay, let's move on and talk about conditionals. I have opened conditionals PHP and I have opened in the browser also, and let's start writing if-else statements. If you are absolutely new to programming, then you should be really careful. If you have experience previously working in another programming language, then that may be familiar for you, but there will be some things which are specific to PHP, so I still recommend to watch this part of the video. Okay, let's start with very basics, and I have created this age variable. I have prepared it, and let's write if statement. If my age equals to 25, okay, I can directly write, okay, you are 25, and let's print the break also, and I get this output, you are 25. In PHP we have 3 equal operator also to check variable equality against some other value, and the difference between 2 equality and 3 equality is that 2 equality just checks the values, not the data types. 3 equality checks the value and the data type also. For example, if I change this into 2 equality, that obviously prints 25. If I change that 25 into string variable, that still prints 25. Okay. However, if I add this third equal symbol right now the age value is checked against not only the 25 value, but it's also checked against the type, and the age has type of integer and this one has type of string. That's why the if condition won't be satisfied and it won't print anything, and here it is. Okay, so let's just for information to know the difference between 3 equality and 2 equality, and like you can use whichever you want. I generally use both of them depending on the scenario. Okay, just you need to understand how it works. Okay, let's talk about other like conditional testing operators, like greater than symbol. For example, if age is more than greater than 25, we can print you are not young. Okay, and we don't see any output right now because 25 obviously is not greater than 25. If we change this into 20, we won't see also anything. However, if we change this into 26 or above, like 29 for example, we will get you are not young. Okay, so we can like write another if statement. If age is less than 25, we can write you are young. Okay, just like this. And right now I will see you are not young, but let's change this into 20 and I will see you are young. So I have 2 different if statements which test 2 different cases, but we have obviously the possibility to use else statement. If age is greater than 25, I will print that you are not young, else I will print you are young. Let's comment this, and the else case obviously in this case like covers equal also. Okay, so if I change my age into 25, it will still print you are young because it won't satisfy ages greater than 25, and it will satisfy else statement and it will print you are young. Okay, so let's continue and see like several conditions inside if statement. Okay, if for example age is less than 22 for example, and salary, let's create new variable salary equals to 300,000 for example, and if the salary but probably is greater than like a 500,000, or let's do it less than 500,000. Okay, so let's do like this. If age is less than 25 and the salary is less than 500,000, then we can print you are young and not so rich. Okay, let's assume that 500,000 is not that much to be rich. Okay, So let's have a look at the in the browser, and we don't see anything because our age obviously is not less than 22. So let's change this into 20, and now we see you are young and not so rich. Okay, let's create another if statement, or let's modify this if statement. If age is less than 22 and the salary is greater than 500,000, you are young and very rich. Okay, and if we come here and change this into 3 million, for example, we see you are young and very rich. Okay, let's test another condition with or statement. So if age, let me copy and paste and I just modify this. If age is less than 22, and here we need to use or operator, or the salary is greater than 500,000, let's comment this. Then we can write you are young, this condition, or you are rich. Okay, and if either of these conditions will be satisfied, if either age is less than 22 or the salary is greater than 500,000, this will print you are young or you are rich. In this case, both of them satisfy these conditions, so obviously this will print the text, what we're expecting. If we change the age into 30, for example, the first condition is not satisfied, but the salary, which is 3 million, is greater than 500,000, so this will print the same thing. However, if we change this into 300,000 from 3 million and save this and run it, it doesn't print anything because neither of the conditions are satisfied. Okay, so let's comment this and talk about another case. If age is less than 22, for example, then we print, okay, just simply young, okay, with BR. Else, and here comes else if the age is less than 30, then we can print you are not young but not old. Okay, and that's the case if the first condition, actually, let me explain. If the first condition will be satisfied, it will print young. Okay, if the first condition won't be satisfied and the age is greater than 22, then it will be tested against second condition. If the age is less than 30, okay, you are not young but not old. That case is basically means that age is in between 22 and 30. Okay, and we can like create another if statement if age is less than 60. And we can write you are old but not too old, something like this. And then the final else statement will cover every other like possible scenarios, and we can write here you are too old. Okay, so let's save this and have a look in the browser. Okay, we see you are old but not too old. That's because our age is exactly 30. And let's see what happens. So age, first it was tested in this condition and it doesn't satisfy this one. Then it comes here, it was tested against this condition and it was not satisfied. Also, age was not less than 30. 30 obviously is not less than 30. Then it comes here, and here it was satisfied. Age was less than 16. And this was printed you are old but not too old. Okay, so if we change this into 28, for example, we will see you are not young but not old. Okay, so if we change this into like 80, we will get you are too old, and if we change this into like 20, we will see young. Okay, you are too young, something like this. Okay, so in the same scenario, we can add some additional parameters right here. Let me copy this code and show this to you. Okay, so we have salary and we have age. And here we're covering many different cases. So if age is less than 22 and the salary is greater than or equal 500,000, we'll see you are young, man, and rich. Okay, let's just do like this. So I will change this into 600,000 and let's add here like a 28 and let's see the output. Okay, so we don't see any output that's because our if-else statements probably doesn't cover every possible scenario. Okay, so age was 28. We can have a look at this and understand why nothing was printed. Actually, that will be good thing to do it. If age was less than 22, and this obviously doesn't satisfy, so then it comes here. If age was less than 22, it also doesn't satisfy this case. Then we have here if age is greater than 60, and it also doesn't satisfy this case. Okay, age is in between 22 and 60. Okay, that's why it doesn't cover all possible cases. But if we change our age into 20, then it will come here if age is less than 20, and it will be it will satisfy this condition. Then it will be checked against the second condition, and that will be also true because 600,000 is greater than 500,000, and that will print you are young, man, and rich. If we change this age above 60, like 64, we'll see you are old but rich. Okay, and by changing the salary we can satisfy other if-else statements. You just need probably you need to pause the video right here and observe the code. Okay, that comes with practice. If you are absolutely new to if-else statements, I'm talking about you. Okay, let me show you a ternary if operator which exists in many programming languages and obviously in PHP, and we can do this by immediately outputting something when we're checking the condition. So if age, for example, is less than 22, then we put here question mark, and then we can write here young. Okay, and then for else statement we write colon and we write here not young. Okay, so that's like this. And after okay, let's save this and have a look, and we see not young because age is 65. Okay, cool. So that's if-else statement. We can actually change this and have a nested ternary if operator. Okay, so if I'm less than 22, I'm young. Okay, if I'm not less than 22, I can put here another if-else ternary if. Okay, if age is less than 30 question mark, then not young but not old, otherwise just simply write old. Okay, and we see old right now. If I put my age in between 22 and 30, then I will see not young but not old. Okay, so since PHP 7.2, we have possibility to use short ternary operator. Okay, so if I have if I want to create my age variable and assign it to age, so if age basically exists, then I want to take the age. If it doesn't exist, then I want to take 18, something like this. And when I print my age, it obviously prints the age because the age exists. Okay, inside if-else statements we can check if variable existence, so we can skip that comparison operators and we can just write, let me show this to you right here. So if age, and that age will be evaluated either true or false. Okay, that will be converted into Boolean. Okay, and age is some number, obviously it exists, and it will be evaluated into true. Okay, so here my age will be printed and it will be 28, but since PHP 7.1 we have, let me write 7.1, you will find this code on my GitHub, and I will put the link in the video description. I have said this before. So we can do like this. Let me duplicate this line. So my age equals age if it exists, and we can skip that second age, this one, and directly write here colon 18. So if age exists, it will take that age, otherwise it will take 18. and this is the result. Let's print my age. Okay, let's comment this code. Let's comment this one also, and here it is. Okay, so we see it. What else I wanted to explain? Okay, so there is one grade that's also added in PHP 7.1, I think. So that's called null coalescing operator. So we can check if the variable, so let me do also something like this. So like address, for example, address equals to, let's do like this. My address will be if address exists, excuse me, if address exists, then take the address. If it doesn't exist, take the current location, or something like this. Okay, so obviously when I try to print my address, it will take the current location. I have a syntax error. Semicolon is always required, so I missed it. So here is current location. Let's comment my age. Okay, so it was tested. If address exists, take it, otherwise take the current location. There is a shorthand in PHP 7.1, I think. I'm not sure about this, but it works in current PHP. So we can do like this. Address, question mark, and the current location. So these two lines are actually equivalent. So the double question mark tests the variable's existence, okay, definition, and if it's defined, it will take that one. If it's not defined, it will take the current one, and we will see the current location. Okay, and in PHP 7.4, which is the current latest version, we have that null coalescing assignment operator, and let me show this to you. Just copying and pasting. Okay, so here we have person, associative array, and person has name, which is John. Okay, so we check right here. If person's name doesn't exist, let's make person's name anonymous. Okay, and let's just print the, not like this, let's just print the person name. Okay, so person name will be obviously John. Let's comment the address. It's John. Because the person name exists, that's why the if statement was not satisfied, and that wasn't satisfied also, that person's name is printed. So if I comment this line, the person's name doesn't exist, and it will, like the if statement will be satisfied, and the person's name will become anonymous. So we see anonymous right here. In PHP 7.4, we have shorthand version for this, and it's called null coalescing assignment operator. So we can comment this line and just write here, person's name, question mark equals anonymous, and that does the exact same thing. It will test the existence of person's name. If it exists, it will leave it. If it doesn't exist, it will assign anonymous there, and we'll see right here John. If I comment this line, I see anonymous. Okay, let's talk about the switch statement, which is like just another possibility to test the conditions. Okay, so let's say that I have a user role variable and it's called admin. Okay, and I want to write in my code different scenarios for different roles. Okay, I will write switch, and I will pass here user role, and then I will write different cases. If case is admin, then we need to do it colon right here. Then we need to do it different, like you are admin. Okay, and we need to write here break. Okay, so to stop the switch statement, it doesn't continue. We can write another case. If the role is editor, then we can write you can edit articles. Okay, and let's write break here. And we can write as many cases as we want, but finally we need to write default. So if none of the cases were satisfied, if the user role is neither admin nor editor, then it comes right here, and we can write unknown role. Okay, And that's basically it. So let's refresh the page. Let's comment this code also. And let's refresh the page, and it tells you are admin. If I change this into admin 2, that role actually is not handled in our switch case statement, and we see unknown role. If I change this into editor, I see you can edit articles. Okay, so that's all about if, else, and switch statements. I covered it like from basics till the end. And let's move on and talk about loops.